Tonight, home loans from hell.
All these fees are racking up and none of it made sense. And in the end result, I might be moving out of my home, getting foreclosed on, which could damage my business, which ultimately could ruin me.
A government program designed to help homeowners instead may be helping banks make money while driving some borrowers into foreclosure.
Maybe wrong, but I think most people have the feeling, well, if a home goes into foreclosure, everybody loses. What you're telling me is the bank often makes a lot of money.
Yeah, the servicer, the entity that's actually collecting the payments, does not lose money in a foreclosure.
And once the American dream, is it still a wise investment?
It's no longer a matter of let me get in the biggest McMansion I can possibly finance. It's a matter of saying, what do I need to live, and I'll invest elsewhere.
We'll bring you the news tonight on Dan Rather Reports. Good evening. By all accounts, America is facing a foreclosure tsunami. 14% of homeowners in this country are currently delinquent on their mortgages. By the end of this year, foreclosure notices will have been sent to nearly 3 million homes, and a second wave is predicted. You're going to hear a lot tonight about servicers. It's a word that is used in the mortgage industry to describe where you send your mortgage payment. Wells Fargo is a servicer, as is Bank of America, for example. But servicer has taken on a whole new meaning to homeowners who are in trouble. The country's largest mortgage servicers have been battered in the headlines and on Capitol Hill for allegations of robo-signing and using fraudulent documents to foreclose on homeowners. But that could be just the tip of the proverbial iceberg with the servicing industry. A little reported and little understood aspect to the foreclosure crisis, claim consumer advocates, is that foreclosure is in fact a lucrative profit center for the servicers who are making millions off a laundry list of fees. The banks who service home loans dispute this, but we've been talking to homeowners across the country who say their servicers pushed them into foreclosure instead of working with them to modify their loans.
I can't tell you how many times I pulled into my driveway that I honestly looked at my front door to see if that sticker was on my front door, to see if my house was going to be sold in a sheriff's auction.
Belinda Brooks is the mayor of Luckey, Ohio, a small town of about 1,500 residents just outside of Toledo.
Good. Well, trouble and double trouble.
But being mayor is only a part-time job.
See ya.
She's also a small business owner who moved here 9 years ago to get away from the big city.
Did you do all these January reports yourself?
When Brooks moved to Luckey, she fell in love with the community.
Let's get all your stuff ready.
I don't want to go to school.
Oh, yes, you do. You like school?
Here, the mother of three found good schools and a low crime rate.
Oh, you're so big.
Her business is administering health plans for small companies.
Who's coming in 23 days?
Santa. Santa.
Oh, really? You think?
Yeah.
Do you?
But when the economy soured, her business started to slow.
Sammy, you want to slide through?
So Belinda Brooks did what she thought was the right thing. She began planning for the worst.
It was clear to me that the economy was taking a hit, so we were engaging and getting ready for less income. So I was just trying to make sure that I was ready for that so I wouldn't be in a bad situation down the road.
Brooks' mortgage payment was $1,500 a month. She tried to refinance, but she was underwater, meaning her home was worth less than the amount of the loan. But she heard of a new government program that promised to reduce the payments for 5 years just to keep homeowners in their homes and slow the national foreclosure bleeding. It's called the Home Affordable Modification Program, or HAMP. The government wanted banks, the same ones that had just been bailed out with taxpayer money, to return the favor and help homeowners like Belinda Brooks. But instead, many homeowners across the country say loan modifications have been a nightmare that's led them to financial ruin.
And in the end result, I might be moving out of my home, getting foreclosed on, which could damage my business, which ultimately could ruin me.